This video is kind of just about, making memories now before they quietly turn into yesterday, because, you know, tomorrow's never promised, and we got to make the most of the time that we have with our families and, spend time with them and, like, create memories and, just enjoy each other's company and make laughter and all of those things that are so special to us. Tomorrow you might have family members that move away and you won't always be as close to them, so it's really important to really hang on to that and cherish that. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The time is already here. Life is literally happening right now, not someday later. And the people around you aren't always going to be so close to you. So capture the memories, capture the moments, capture the laughter. While it's still here, while it's still echoing through the halls. Because later on you're going to look back and kind of regret any of those times that you might have missed with your family, so really hold on to that. Say yes to moments that you'll wish you had later. And the ordinary days where you'd normally just be wasting time or something like that, try to reach out and have like human connection and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with like doing things like, okay, so like my family's busy a lot of the time and they're always doing their own things. My girlfriend's working, or she'll be watching shows with her sister. My kid will be playing Roblox or hanging out with their friends. So while they're doing that, I usually just, I post to my social media pages, which I don't feel like is a waste of time because, I make it for my friends and family. But when we are together, I really do cherish that. And I think it's really important when you are actively in a position to spend time with them, to do that and to have fun with them. And when you are with them, put down your phone and live the moment fully, because the human connection is what's going to matter at the end of the day, and time doesn't slow down for anyone. So use it wisely. One day, today will be something you look back on, and, don't let life pass you by while you're still waiting for something better. Make time for the people who make life meaningful. And like when my kid's on Roblox or something, I'll be like, hey, do you want to go outside? Do you want to go for a walk or something of that nature? Because I want to actively spend time with them and, create memories, while I still got the chance. And, these social media pages are actually, me leaving something for my family, so that kind of ties into that a little bit, but, take that picture, have that conversation, stay a little longer. Those things, you'll look back and be like, dude, I'm so glad I stayed that extra hour, because you created even more memories. And, it's important, But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one.